Sorry. Good. I hope that is now clear. Good afternoon, everybody. Our names are on the screen. We don't have to read it out for you, but our names are Edward, and I'm Eseza Nambasi. Very, very excited about what we do in this amazing opportunity of Near Life. And now we have been requested to talk about goals. And so I want to start by reminding all of us what a goal is, or what goals are. A goal is actually a statement of faith. You won't set a goal if you're not expecting it to come true. So that's what a goal is. And I just want to describe what we have called the SMART description of goals. All of you have heard of the SMART description, which is a goal has to be specific, a goal must be measurable, a goal has to be actionable and achievable, and then it must be relevant. In other words, why do I want what I want? A goal must be time bound, otherwise it's just a dream somewhere in the very far future, but it has to have a time to it. Then the last S that we've put there is stretch. A goal should be able to stretch you. And as we were brainstorming this session, I said that let's talk about it in real terms for our business. If, for example, you are a senior manager and you are now sitting at 1,500 PV, and there is 1 week before the month end, before month end closes, are you going to leave it at that, or are you going to stretch and get that 500 PV so that you can step up to executive manager? That's what we mean by a goal should be able to stretch you. Right, so this is just a schema of what we all have heard of, which is called the Wheel of Life. And that is how you will determine your destiny. And I'll go through it very quickly. Goals can be divided into those areas: spiritual, where you're looking after your spirit man, mind, body, and then of course, family relationships, business and career, financial, social, and rest and restoration. So we have decided that 90 days is about right to work in chunks of that time. And just to recap, a goal is a statement. A goal statement should be nice, short, concise, and inspirational. And it must be motivating. And then you should know what obstacles are there stopping you. Then skills and knowledge. What do you need to know and how do you get it? Then of course, association, who can help you? And then the target date. So now I hand over to Eddie to talk about the actual nuts and bolts.
Thank you very much for that. Hi, everybody. Welcome to 2022. We've survived 2020 and 2021. And that means we can only be stronger and can only grow from strength to strength. COVID is here with us and is here to stay. Even government has acknowledged that. And so we must learn to live with it. As you've heard from previous speakers, we're in a simple business. It's not easy, but simple. And so our approach to goal setting should also be simple, in that we must keep our eyes on the next step. So for this afternoon's purposes, what I'm going to do is just use the same template that we normally do for our business presentations, and that is the 3 daily success habits. Those are use of the product, sharing of Neolife as an opportunity and the products, and also personal development. So what do I mean by use of the products? When you start this business, you start as a distributor. So as quickly as possible, you should become a qualified distributor. Who is a qualified distributor? One who uses a minimum of 100 points value per month. So set a goal to do this as soon as you start, so that it becomes something that you do automatically every month. In addition to that, when you look around your house, Neolife is a product-based business, products that work, and you can benefit from any of them that you pick. So set a goal to replace whatever you can replace in your house with Neolife, and do this consistently. Then the third one is to set a goal to make sure that your personal PV is increasing as you develop in the business. Now you can say by 5% a month or 10% every 6 months, whatever figure you want to put there, but set a goal to make sure that you're increasing your personal production all the time. Then the second one, that is a share Neolife. And that's how I'm going to use this slide that we've used before to say that each of us, whatever level you're at, and I'll start with a distributor again. The first thing you need to do is to set a goal to make sure that you sponsor 3 new distributors as soon as possible and aim to do 500 qualifying PV. Why do you do this? Because then your eyes are firmly on the next step, which is to become a manager. Once you become a manager, you now up your ante and you sponsor 5 new distributors in your team. This means that you at least sponsor 1 yourself, but encourage the other people in your team to sponsor as well, all the time aiming to have 1,000 qualifying PV by the end of the month. By doing this and encouraging the new distributors to do their 3 signups and aim for their own 500 qualifying PV, you are well on the way to a qualified senior manager. Once you reach qualified senior manager, set a goal to sponsor at least 10 new distributors in the team. Now, this means that you at least 1 yourself, but you aim to make sure that you're doing 2,000 qualifying PV. And at the same time, you're encouraging your new managers to do step number 2 above. What does this do to you? As soon as you hit 2,000 PV, you become executive manager. And then here, the ante goes up. You set a goal to sponsor at least 12 new distributors in your team, with yourself leading by example and sponsoring at least 1 yourself, more if possible. And that's why the 3 in 30 is such a good goal to run for. Everyone should be doing a minimum of 100 PV, as I mentioned at the beginning. That should be a non-negotiable. In real terms, what does this look like? It looks like you have to talk to a lot of people. Remember, not everybody that you talk to is going to start. The percentages are usually about 10% of the people you talk to will attend a meeting, and of those, another maybe 10 or 20% will say yes. So at least 2 people a day, each of you in your team, will get you to where you want to be. And then, of course, our goal ultimately is to become a director. Now, once you're a director, 15 new distributors is your next goal, because now you are aiming to go higher. And as I said at the bottom there, you're aiming to become an emerald director. There is a lot of incentives that you can take charge, or rather utilize, take advantage of, like your senior managers with product hampers, being invited to special senior manager schools. And then, of course, teaching people how to stretch and go for the extra mile. This is what it looks like with our steps. If you're going to continue looking at the next step, keeping your eyes on the next step, remembering that the most important step in all our business is that one, getting to director. Because once you become a director, all the other steps Oops, my apologies. Go back to the slide. Yeah, there we go. All the other steps are still director, and it's just a matter of adding an extra leg. And how do you add that extra leg? By your personal development. In other words, you start off yourself. One of the best things you can do is read a positive book, listen to a positive tape or CD, DVD, and cut out the negative input. Because negative, you'll find knocking on your doorstep. But positive, you have to make a choice, a conscious choice to go out and get it. Attend all training, attend all functions, and most importantly, as you grow in the business, count how many legs you have at each function. The people who have grown most in this business are those who have taken as many legs as possible to a function. What do I mean by legs? Those are the people that you've sponsored and the people that they've sponsored. The more legs you have at a function, the quicker your business will grow. So goals, very important. And let's make 2022 the best year ever for all of us and for Eagle Team. Thank you very much.
Okay, let's stop sharing. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That was very, very informative. And it just shows you that we have to have the goals. We've heard about the dream. We've heard about the relationships, the distributors, and we've had our fantastic doctors tell us about the goals and how to build our distributors. And then once you've achieved that, we've got the recognition of what you have done in this past month or months. And no better than our Ruby directors, Debbie Cunningham. Will you give us the news of who's done well and who's been excited about it? Can we call on you now, please, Debbie?
Yes, thank you, Barry. Thanks very much. Yeah. Hi, everyone. This is my favorite part of the afternoon, as you all know. And unfortunately, there's not many people on the chat, so I'm not going to prolong it. I will just tell you the people that are on the chat, and then I'll ask Eseza to do hers. Right.